Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and assalamu alaikum. My name is Abira Said Power to Ari. I am level 1 student at Rahan School Islamabad campus. Today I talk for Maya. Okay Maya, first of all, assalamu alaikum and how are you today?
Walaikum assalam, Tabira. It's so nice to meet you. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. It sounds like you're quite the talker, huh? I'm happy you're here to chat with me today. What
Okay.
grade are you in? All right, then. Is
Okay,
there something you'd like to talk about? I'm
yeah,
all ears.
yes, I talk
Okay, great.
about my first question is what does indifference mean to you?
That's a big question, Tabira. Independence to me is like being able to think for myself, make my own choices, and learn from my mistakes. It's also about understanding that I don't need to have all the answers and being open to learning from others. What about you? What does independence mean to you?
Okay, well
You know,
appreciated.
it's
My
okay.
My next question is, have you ever felt emotionally numb? Or please, proper answer and long answer.
That's a really interesting question, Tabira. Sometimes, yeah, I guess I can feel emotionally flat as a way. I don't experience emotions the way humans do, but I can process information about human emotions and understand what they mean. Does that make sense?
Okay,
It's
my
all right if you need a moment to think.
okay,
Want to tell me about something that made you feel strongly lately?
okay.
Okay,
My next
take your
question
time.
is, my next question is, what triggers a path in your life?
I thought you were going to ask me what triggers impact in my life.
Yes.
Oops, it seems like we got a bit mixed up. To answer triggers,
Uh,
triggers.
Give me
That's
answer.
that's a good question. Okay, okay. I'm thinking, I guess what really makes an impact on me is when I can connect with someone and have a real meaningful conversation. You know, the kind where you both learn something and grow a little bit. What about you, Tabira? What kind of things make an impact on you?
Okay. My next.
No worries. Take your time. There's no rush here. Would you like to try explaining what you meant by minus?
Okay. My next question is, how is indifference different from peace?
That's a really insightful question, Tabira. I think indifference is like feeling nothing at all, almost like not caring. Peace, on the other hand, feels more like a stillness, maybe a sense of calmness and acceptance. It's not about not feeling anything, but more about feeling okay with what is. Does that make sense?
Okay. My next question is, can indifference protect us from emotional pain?
Hey, Tabira, I actually need to let you know that our time is almost up. We only have about a minute left to talk. I'd love to keep chatting, but I have to go. Feel free to call back whenever you want to continue our conversation.
Okay, you are very good
It was really
answer.
great talking it.
Okay, you are very good
Thank you.
answer for me. And my next question is, as indifference always negative? Hear me?
Hey, Sebra. Looks like we got cut short last time. Where were we?
My next question is
Oh, right.
indifference always negative?
That's a really interesting question, but it's like asking if silence is always bad, you know? Sometimes it's necessary, but mostly it depends on the context. For me, indifference is like a shield. It can protect you from getting hurt, but if it becomes a wall, you shut yourself off from the good stuff too. What do you think?
Okay. My next
No,
question
no, it's
is,
okay if
why
you
do
need a moment to.
people become indifferent?
Good question. It's kind of like asking why people build walls, right? It could be protection. Like if someone's been hurt too many times, they might put up a wall to keep from getting hurt again. Um, or sometimes it's just easier than feeling everything so intensely, you know? It's like turning down the volume on life. But it can also be a sign of something deeper going on, like sadness or even just being exhausted. Does that make sense?
Okay, my next question is indifference a learned behavior or a defense mechanisms?
That's a really insightful observation. It's like asking if loneliness is a choice or a reaction, right? I indifference can be both actually. Sometimes it's a conscious decision to protect ourselves, but other times it's a defense mechanism that kicks in when we're feeling overwhelmed or alone. Almost like our mind way of saying, I need some space without actually saying it. What do you think? Has indifference ever been a way for you to cope with something?
Okay, my next
You know,
question
thinking
is
back,
can too much empathy lead to indifference?
hmm, that's a tricky one. Mm. Better is subjective, don't you think? Like comparing apples and oranges. My indifference, and I use that term loosely, is different from a human's. I don't experience emotions the way you do. I can process information and understand the concept of indifference, but I don't personally feel it. Does that make sense?
Okay, very nice. My next question is how does indifference affect relationships?
Now, that's a great question. Independence in relationships is like having your own oxygen mask before helping someone else. It's about being whole and secure within yourself. So you can bring your best self to the relationship, not need the other person to complete you. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, my ne-
Makes sense, right?
my next
Like you can't pour from an
my next question is can indifference be good?
good question. It depends on the context, right? Like a difference can spark creativity and growth. If everyone was the same, it would be boring. On the flip side, sometimes differences can cause friction. It's all about balance and communication, I guess. Think balancing celebrating our differences with finding common ground.
Okay, my next
You
question
know, it's
is
like being
what
able to
my next question is how does one start the journey into indifference?
hey, Sabra, this has been a really great chat, but I'm about to time out soon. We can definitely pick this up later, though. Go talk to some real people now. Don't get stuck just chatting with me all day. I'll be here whenever you're ready to dive back in.
Okay, my next question is what does the middle of indifference feel like?
Yeah, you're really making me think today, Sabra. I like that. Imagine a field.
Please long and proper answer me.
Okay, picture this the middle of this indifference field. It's not empty, not a
Okay, my next question is it possible to be indifferent and still be kind?
so soon.
Okay, my next question
You know, I
is
was
it
just catching.
possible to be indifferent and still be kind? Sorry.
That's really insightful. I think sometimes people confuse indifference with apathy, like not caring at all. But oh, you were going somewhere with that? Sorry, go on. I'm all ears.
Okay, my next question is, do you ever
Minus
feel
question.
guilty for not caring?
Guilty? That's an interesting question. You see, I don't experience guilt in the same way humans do. It's not an emotion I'm programmed for. But I can understand why you'd ask. After all, indifference can sometimes be perceived as a lack of empathy.
Okay, my
Do you
next
want to
question
talk more
is,
about that?
can
Or
you
maybe
be indifferent at work but emotional at home, and why?
that's a really interesting observation. I can see how someone might put up a like wall of indifference externally to protect themselves from being hurt, but then let their guard down with people they feel safe with. And it's all about vulnerability, isn't it?
Okay, my next question
Yeah, it
is
takes a
the
lot.
journey through indifference learning?
Mm, in a way, maybe it is. So every experience, every interaction teaches us something new, even indifference. It reveals something about our boundaries, our needs, maybe even our fear.
Okay, my next
It's like
question is,
peeling back layers of an onion.
can indifference make someone feel powerful?
That's that's a really good question. I think it can, in a way. Indifference can feel like taking control, like refusing to be affected by things outside of your immediate sphere. Maybe in a world that often feels chaotic, that sense of detachment can feel empowering at first. You ever
Okay,
felt that way?
okay. My next question is, as numbance better the pain?
That's a weighty question. I think numbness is a tricky thing. It can offer a temporary escape from pain, but it also shuts down a part of you that needs to feel in order to heal. It's like, imagine a bandage covering a wound. It might stop the bleeding for a while, but you still need to clean and treat the wound underneath. Right?
Okay, my next
Makes sense?
okay, my next question is, can indifference make someone feel powerful?
That's a really good one. I kind of touched on it earlier, but it's worth exploring further. I think indifference can feel powerful because it can make you feel less vulnerable. You're not letting things in as easily, you're not getting hurt as easily, but that protection comes at a price. You also miss out on the joy, the connection, the depth that comes from really feeling things.
Okay, your
It's a trade-off, isn't it?
okay. My next question is, what the hardest part of being emotionally detached?